Hello, today Casey Neistat style with sunglasses, but no matter how I see, the sun is all over me, so I decided it will be just much easier so I don't need to close my eyes all the time for the whole video. And today I will talk about the progress, and I'm sure if you are skating or if you do whatever sport, you should be at least once in the situation when you feel like you got stuck. You practice, you keep going, you put effort, you are doing your best, and you still don't see any result for a while. And I think it's something that I experience and all my students also do, and I think it's something very normal, and I feel like we should talk more about the fact that progress isn't linear. So at the end of this video you will know exactly what it means and what things you can do to avoid feeling bad about yourself when you feel stuck. Let's begin from the expectations. Normally, if you think about the progress, you can imagine that, okay, I go to practice, I do some progress, and then I keep going, I practice more, so I make better results. But that would be too easy, and actually in real life it's not that simple, and you probably know it if you achieve like intermediate level, or even if you are at the beginning of your journey with any sport. You know that there are days when you are super happy and satisfied after the training, and there are moments when you feel like, oh my gosh, why do I even do it? Like you are so angry and maybe like demotivated, and you feel like you went to the practice, you did your best, and the practice was just bad and you don't feel good about it. And I think it's completely fine. And the reason why you may feel like this is because the progress isn't linear. So it means if you do one push-up today, it's not like tomorrow you will do second one and the next day you will do 3, 4, 5. It's not that simple. Actually, you can see it in skating. When you learn like intermediate or even advanced tricks, you see that when you are making technical tricks for the records, it's not like you are adding one more con with the next training session. It's rather like you do 3 cons, then maybe 5, another few trainings, it's like you got stuck with 2, 3, and then suddenly you end up with making new record of 7 cons. And that's completely normal. This is how it works. I think it's because our brain needs the time and more repetition, especially with advanced tricks, but also with the easier one. It's just the progress is a little bit different. So when you are learning basic moves, it's more about making it properly with precise moves without kicking the cons, putting the correct way our body weight to make it smooth and effortless. So at the beginning, of course, you may feel like you learn new trick and then you need time to master it. When it comes to more difficult tricks, when you have records, you will be counting the cons that you are able to do, like your personal best. And I think it's a really cool way to actually measure your progress, but it's very important not to focus only on this amount of the cons, because actually you may feel like you are not progressing because you got stuck, for example, at 3 cons, but in real life the situation will be totally different. Maybe you don't make more cons, but maybe the quality is better. Maybe you use less effort to actually make it. Maybe you are able to do more repetition, or maybe you can do 3 cons more often. So at the beginning it required more time to do it once, and now you are able to do it almost every time. Maybe your body position is better. So there are all other things that are tiny elements that are putting into the whole progress and the whole thing of how the trick looks like. So I think it's really important, first, to appreciate these little steps, and second, not to think about the progress only like making more cons, because the quality is something that it's more difficult to measure. So if you make a video of yourself trying for the first time and then you are making the video, after some time you will notice the progress, even if you may not feel it once you are skating. Then the videos is a great tool to actually help you notice that little difference, or sometimes not so little, and then you are like, oh, actually I do feel and I do see that I make some progress. And I remember even by myself, my most signature trick, which is chicken leg, it took me so much time. Actually, nobody see it. You see just the highlight, you see just the result. But when I was practicing this trick, my training was like 1, maximum 2 spins if I'm lucky for training. And then I was doing it for months. It looked like I can practice, I do 1 spin, fail, 1 spin, fail, and then it took me like all trainings actually look like this. And then at one point when I was in the competition in Berlin, I was able to do like 5 cons, and then at the same competition I was able to do 7 and 11 cons. So that was like a magic moment, like this magic click. But actually I understood that it takes times, and all the effort and all my failures that I was practicing, and I was trying to do my best during the previous months really made the difference. And now I was able to enjoy and get the satisfaction, feel fulfilled after this practice. So if you are feeling like you are stuck, you don't feel like you are making a progress, there are many things that actually can be the reason for that. Maybe you don't practice enough. But if you practice enough, maybe the way you practice is wrong. Maybe you just repeat the same mistakes. Maybe you need new technique. Maybe you need another approach, or maybe you just need more time, or even maybe you need more time to relax actually. So for me personally, sleeping 8 hours a day was very, very important. It was like my priority, and I remember always my mom pushed me to go to sleep sooner. So even in high school I had to go to the bed at 10 p.m. and I think it was very, very good for my body, and I still try to do the same now as an adult. And I think it's a very small thing that actually it's hard to notice, but it gives the best results, because when you sleep, your brain has time to process all the things you did during the practice, so it really helps you to learn new skills. So that's all for today's video. Let me know what trick took you the most, which trick was the headache for you. I would really love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, have a great skating session, and see you tomorrow!